I now give the floor to Angola. Speaking time limit is 5 minutes now. There's a timer and a yellow light will come up before the last minute.
Your Excellency Anna-Helena Borbok, President of the General Assembly, Excellencies, distinguished delegates, thank you for giving me the floor. Angola aligns itself with the statement delivered by Uganda on behalf of non-aligned movement, and I will make some remarks on my national capacity. Madam President, Angola welcomed the organization of this high-level meeting to commemorate the 65th anniversary of the Declaration of the Granting of Independence to colonial countries and peoples. The United Nations Charter and the Universal Declaration on Human Rights recognize the inalienable rights of people to independence and self-determination. They also stress that eradicating colonialism in all its forms and manifestation is essential for achieving true global justice, equality, and self-determination. The purpose of the United Nations will not be fully achieved while there are still non-governing territories. The world will not be free until all forms of colonialism are eradicated from the face of the earth. Social justice will not be completed until economic exploitation, cultural omission, and systemic difference rooted in colonial legacies are fully addressed. We must stand firm to say no to colonialism and any new forms of colonialism or cultural domination. While we remember colonialism as one of the darkest chapters of human history, we must commit to work together, foster unity and cooperation for a common and more prosperous future for all. Excellencies, like most of other African countries, Angola also suffered the scourge of colonialism and for almost 500 years. As we acknowledge, for the first time, the International Day Against Colonialism and all its forms of manifestation, Angola is celebrating 50 years as free, sovereign, and independent nation, reaffirming its principal position of strong rejection of colonialism and all practices of segregation and discrimination associated therewith. We defend the right of people to self-determination and the independence of territories that remain under any form of colonial rule. The 2001 Durban Declaration acknowledged colonialism as crime against humanity. The African Union 2025 Theme of the Year, Justice for Africans and Peoples of African Descent through Reparations, address the historical injustice that Africa endured through slavery and colonization. It is a global reminder of their consequences that continue to persist today, manifested in the form of economic inequalities, long-term social economic disparities, and the lack of a just representation of Africa in the decision-making forums within multilateral institutions, such as the United Nations Security Council, whose composition challenges its own legitimacy and mission of maintaining international peace and security. The theme underscores once again the African collective resolve to transform past injustice into relations based on human dignity and respect, solidarity and cooperation, thus contributing to a multilateral framework more capable of addressing contemporary global challenges. Mr. President, as the United Nations celebrate this special day for the first time, Angola supports and encourages the work of the Special Committee on Decolonization, C24, and its coordination with the member states and non-self-governing territories to further advance the UN decolonization agenda. We call on the C24 to continue facilitating and supporting the right to self-determination through transparent and inclusive processes, enabled the non-self-governing territories to determine their own political status and future governance arrangements. Decolonization and self-determinations are not favored to anyone, but a right that must be granted to all peoples in the world. To conclude, the history of colonialism cannot be erased.
I thank the distinguished representative of Angola.